So here we have it, our Viking life raft, back and looking as good as new. It's just back from its service and it's ready to go for another 3 years. It's cost about half as much as a brand new life raft, so it ought to be as good as new, we hope. But it's got a clean bill of health. They had it inflated in the workshop and it stayed inflated for an hour plus. So I guess that's good news. Apparently they've restocked all of the gas and the provisions and everything else, so we're good to go. Let's just hope we don't have to use it for another 3 years.
I did request chocolate truffles and champagne to be put inside, but apparently no. That's optional extra that we haven't paid for.
Yeah, the captain's forbidden any tasty treats from being put inside this thing, otherwise there'll be just too much temptation to use it. You know, it's getting a bit cold, hungry, can't be bothered to make dinner. Chuck it out there. The other thing that we've been doing in this marina is really having a good sort through everything that we don't use on the boat and that is taking up space. The first mate has come up with a 4-season rule. If it hasn't been worn or used in a year, then it gets donated or thrown out. And I suggested we should do the same with the life raft. Never used it once. Taking up a lot of space on deck.
He's so funny today, isn't he? Full of wit, that captain today, isn't he? After all, we have decided that we are not gonna do the Dodger project. We've postponed that till Colombia. Been postponing it for the last 3 years, so you know, what's another month, eh? And that was the last thing we were waiting for. So we're gonna get out of here on Monday in 2 days' time. The trade winds are howling, so it's not gonna be very comfortable passage, but we need to get out because you know how it goes. Once you go in a marina, you can stay forever.
There we go. All ready to never be used. Oh, I meant to attach it to the boat. I knew there was something else.
But great service from Viking Life Rafts. They came to collect it and they take 3 days to service it. So very easy, very quick turnaround.
We have some difficult sailing ahead of us. We have a lot of upwind sailing and it's going to be quite strong as well, like 15-knot trade winds plus. So we thought we'd put our jib head sail up instead of the big Genoa that we normally fly for light winds. That should make things a lot more comfortable when we're going upwind into these ferocious trade winds. This is mainly about when we have to reef or furl the sail. We can't point very high when the Genoa is partially rolled up on the furler. So the jib will allow us to keep the whole sail out because it's nice and small, and we don't need to reef it, hopefully, not until it gets well above 20 knots.
Don't worry, we are just changing slips, we're not leaving. I insisted that we are staying longer in this wonderful marina.
First mate's about to get a nasty surprise.
Ready to dock, ready to dock. I'm ready.
Maybe in another marina down the road. We're out of here. There we go, perfect exit.
Oh no, he was serious. We really are leaving. Oh, it's been amazing being in Shelter Bay Marina. We've stayed for exactly 1 week. We managed to do everything we wanted to do. Well, apart from the Dodger. But it's been absolutely amazing. A nice mixture of relaxation and work as well. We've enjoyed the wonderful pool. We went running every day. We saw some friends, so that was great. But now, off to the San Blas.
We've refueled with diesel, so we're full to the brim. We have serviced the outboard and we have refueled with provisions and supplies for the next few months of being remote. So now we're off. It's going to be quite a sporty sail. We're headed towards the San Blas Islands, but we're going to have an overnight anchorage on the way, probably halfway around Linton Bay Marina. We have wind on the nose and it's proper Caribbean trade winds now, which are kind of new to us. So we're going to be tacking a little bit and beating a little bit, and hopefully we've got a window where it's reasonably calm and it's not going to be beating us up too much. The famous last words, so let's see how that goes. We already have 12 knots on the nose right now and we're not even out of the harbour entrance. This could be an interesting one.
I managed to get everything ready down below. I'm ready for tacking and heeling and going upwind. So hopefully it's not going to be too much of a disaster. once we arrive. You just never know. As I always say, prepare for the worst, hope for the best. Problem is, I have quite a lot of food and I don't have much storage where to put it, so hopefully all of this is not going to end up in a fruit salad. It's starting straight on our nose, 17 knots. We need to figure out the tacking situation because I don't really want to be motoring into it for 30 miles.
Yeah, we're going to get the sails out as soon as we clear what's probably the world's busiest shipping lane that we're in the middle of right now, and then we'll think about tacking.
Bye-bye, Cologne. You know, it has a terrible reputation, but we've been to town twice now, and the shopping mall and all of the stores are kind of on the outskirts of the town, and it wasn't that bad at all. I mean, you could see a bit of a poverty there, but it was all very safe, and we didn't really feel in any danger or anything like that. Obviously, we haven't been to the downtown area, which is supposed to be the roughest part, but you as a cruiser, you don't really have much of a business to go down there because all the facilities are in the marina, and then all the shops that you want to go to are in the shopping mall. So, you know, it hasn't lived up to its notorious reputation, thank God.
That's right, we didn't get stabbed in the supermarket, so it's perfectly safe. Go there, everyone should visit.
Let's see whether we're gonna end up back in a shipping lane and get mowed down by a huge ship.
We'll be fine. Captain's got this. I learned everything I know sailing in Bocas.
But we be sailing right, so we've got right away. Everyone out.
So far so good. A lot of upwind sailing today. They're going to be heeled over here and heeled over there. The first mate's not going to know whether he's coming or going. I'm looking forward to the fruit salad though.
It is a bit sporty, got to admit that.
I already heard a big crash of everything down below as we heeled over.
Did you really? What fell down?
I think it was just the toilet seat.
I did such a good job preparing. Yeah, that is healing. All good with the food? Yeah, all good. I did well, but we are healing like 30 degrees, I think. That's the submarine view.
I think we might need to reef the main and make this healing a little bit more sane.
Ah, that's much more civilized. May even have a cup of coffee now.
And the wind has shifted. Back into the shipping lane we go. I've forgotten what upwind sailing feels like. It's not too bad so far. I don't think I'll be wanting to do it for a week though.
It's very pleasant here on the lower side, in a corner, under the Dodger, away from the spray and all the elements.
Captain's getting his seawater shower right now. Well, the drama has already started. We've spotted an issue with our baby stay, which is the little piece of wire at the front of the mast, which stops the mast from coming forward and pumping too much when you're beating into heavy seas, which, surprise, surprise, is exactly what we're doing for the first time in a very long time. So we've decided that we don't want to carry on. We got 20 more miles of beating and the mast is pumping quite a lot. So it's probably not too good for it to be pumping like that. We're gonna heave to, practice our sailing skills, and then one of us is gonna go on the foredeck with his spanners and just tighten it up quite a bit, which should hopefully stop it. Wish us luck. Let's see how many sailing skills we remember.
He wants to heave too. I'm already heaving in this swell.
Alright, here goes nothing.
And lock the rudder now. Alright, yeah. Okay, so this is how you not heave to. We forgot to adjust the traveler. By we, I mean him. That's better. I mean, the boat is stationary and we're not moving, so I guess job done, eh?
We got completely the wrong angle to the wind, that's the problem.
Alright, why don't you go and get Tool and do it?
Well, let's calm things down a bit. Definitely some room for improvement in that maneuver, and a good one to practice. But it's good enough for me to go to the foredeck and fix the baby stay, which is the main thing.
And all of this in the middle of a busiest shipping line in the world.
I think it'd be no fun if it was easy, would it? It just needs tightening. It's not super loose, but every time the mast pumps forward in a big swell, then it comes loose, which is not good for the mast to be bending like that. Always so much easier doing this in the marina.
That's why I said we should have never left. Does he ever listen? No.
Okay, it's nice and tight. That should do it.
And at least we practiced our semi-successful heaving too. I don't think we've actually heaved to for the last 4 years, so definitely space for improvement there.
Actually, it's much more civilized like this, but we're not hove to properly, I don't think. I'm gonna have to go back to the textbook and read how it's done. The rudder's over, we're very stable, and there's no big ships coming at us, so we'll take that for now. It's one of those things that I keep saying, like when we're out for a sail, we should practice, but we never do because we're always raring to get somewhere. That and the crew overboard maneuver. Alright, let's give that a go, see how we get on. Well, we went back on the other tack and we're still bouncing around in these heavy seas, but the mast is not. So really happy with that. The baby stay tension is fixed and captain's mind is now clear for the sail ahead. Completely empty, in fact.
Special thanks in this episode go to our latest patrons for keeping the tension on board Bohemia at just the right levels. Thank you to Kristen from California, who is keen to learn the ropes of sailing. Thank you so much, and here's to you.
Champagne for everyone.
If you've been enjoying our episodes and want to fuel the first mate's bad behaviour, follow the link on screen to find out more. See you next time.